Okay, now for the next trick here. This is something I just came up with this real recently. It's a solution to the progressive aces, and as far as I know, the plot of progressive aces was first suggested by Ken Krenzel in the epilogue here, and I have it on page 253. I think that might be the first time that it was ever mentioned. So I've kind of always, ever since I had a book by Ken Krenzel a long time ago called Close-Up Impact. Not sure exactly what happened to it. It's one of the few magic books that I don't have. One that I used to have and I don't have. And ever since reading it in there, I was always very fascinated by the plot. So I've tried to solve it several times and never really fully satisfied with the solution. Well, just recently, I've been working on this, and it was right before school started. I started playing around with the blank back double face cards, like the ones I use in the Adventureland card trick, to try to do a progressive ace effect. And I think it turned out really pretty nicely. I don't know how it compares to other solutions. So here's the trick. I'll do my best to perform it. There's a lot going on and it's relatively new, so I might have to think what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So here goes nothing. Okay. Here's a trick here that uses 4 aces. There's the ace of spades, heart, club, diamond. And it also uses these. These are a bunch of blank cards here. They look like regular cards on the front here. Okay, on the back they look like regular cards, but they just don't have faces. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blank face cards. So there's actually 3 blank face cards for each ace. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to lay the aces down here on the table. So the ace of diamonds will go right there. We'll place the ace of clubs there. Ace of hearts over there. So, and even if you don't remember which ace is where, I want you to at least remember that the ace of spades goes right out front. Okay? And that's fairly easy to remember because that's kind of the most famous ace of all. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to put 3 blank cards here on top of each ace. So we'll put 3 over there. I'm going to take 3 blank cards. We'll place it over there. Okay. 3 blank cards right over here. And 3 blank cards on the last one. Okay, very good. That looks fair. So do you remember what ace that was? That's right. That was the ace of spades here. Very good. You're paying attention. Okay. Now we're going to move that packet up there. And now the magic begins. Watch this. One snap and the ace of spades is gone. It's not in the packet at all. And you know where it goes? It actually joins the ace of hearts right up here. See that? There it is. The ace of spades. Okay. Let's try that again. This time we'll use this packet right over here. So there's the ace of spades, 2 blank cards sandwiched in between the 2 aces there. So we got an ace, 2 blank cards, and an ace. Watch this. Just like that, the aces are gone. See? It's not on the top. It's not on the bottom there. In fact, there's no aces in this packet at all. Okay? And you know where it goes by now, right? That's right, it goes right over here with the ace of clubs. See that? There's the ace of spades, ace of hearts. Okay? With the ace of clubs. So now, this is the hard part, because I got 3 aces here and only 1 blank card, but yet I got to make the ace of clubs, the ace of spades, and the ace of hearts vanish and appear there with the ace of diamonds. Let's try this. You watching? Just like that, the aces are gone. See? No aces at all. people are usually pretty amazed by that. They want to see the back of the cards. But it's just 4 ordinary cards. The aces, in this case, are truly gone. See that? No aces. And of course, they're right over here with the ace of diamonds. See that? There's the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and the ace of spades. Okay, so that's the solution here. Let's try it. Okay. So, what do you need? You need 4 regular aces. Okay. You need, I think 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess you need 10 blank back cards, or blank face cards that match the aces, of course. And then you need 2 aces that have blank backs. And then you need a duplicate ace of clubs. Okay? So that's what you need. The setup here is you have the ace of clubs, you have the other blank cards on top of the ace of clubs. Now these 2 right here are going to go 3 cards from the face. So flip them over, and they're right there, the 4th and 5th card down from the face. And then you put the aces on here. And the aces that I have are the ace of hearts and ace of spades. And then the order I have it in is, at the beginning, is spade, heart, club, and diamond. Okay? And that's everything, with the one duplicate ace at the back of the spread. So now, I start by just counting these off onto the table, reversing their order, and then I talk about we just have their regular backs, but the faces haven't been printed on them. And you could actually spread out all these faces until you get to that end card, because they're all blank. And so now I just count through these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this here you're counting a blank one, and then a back. So you can count 4, 5, 6, and I put that on top. 7, 8, 9, put that on top. 10, 11, and then that's a double. But you go 10, 11, 12. And it looks very clean. You just counted 12 blank cards, which would be 3 for each ace. So I pick those up, and I get a break underneath that bottom card. Pick up the aces. Okay, and I set them on top here, and I kind of dust off the pad as I talk about laying them out. Now I pick all the aces above the break, which is 4 aces, all the cards above the break, and that's 4 aces and a blank card. And I just flip that over, and I put this on top, and I keep a break there. So now I lay the ace of diamonds down in the middle, the ace of clubs goes over here, the ace of hearts goes over there. And now I make a big deal that even if they don't remember what order those are in, at least remember that the ace of spades is out front. And so what I'm doing is I'm flipping over a double, and I'm laying down a blank card there. Okay, so now I flip these back over. Right here I have 2 blank cards, and then I have these 2 aces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, just counting those 3 off, and then I'm going to get a break underneath this one. So I got those 2, I get a break underneath that, and then when I lay these back on top of this spread, this card I line up with the one on top of this packet like this, and then I just flip those 2 cards over, like I'm flipping all 3 over, and then I grab all the cards above the break. So what that does here, you got 2 face down cards, 2 blank cards, and those are 2 aces on the other side. So you lay those on top of this one, which is the ace of clubs. Okay, so now you're going to count 3 cards and put it on this ace. So I get, my pinky pulls down the bottom, the duplicate, or the ace of spades that's on there, pulls it down, and then I get a right thumb break, and then I count 1, and then when I count the second one, I just leave that one there. 2, 3. So I really have 4 cards, 3 blank cards, and an ace. So I count 1, 2, 3. I lay them on here, and then I count 3 more like this. And this is pretty bold. I count those 3. In my hand, I have just a blank card and the ace of clubs. So I count those over, and then I hold them in my hand, and then I just flip those. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting not the cards that I counted into my hand, but the other 2 cards that I'm holding. And then I count these 3 cards again there on the ace of spades. So that's kind of bold. It's kind of based off of something I saw Aldo Colombini do at a lecture recently in Cedar Rapids. I don't know how deceptive it is. There's other ways you can do that too, but that's the one I like the best, I guess. Unless I find it's not that deceptive. So now you have 3 cards on top of each ace. You ask them, what ace is that? Pick it up. They'll say the ace of spades. You say, very good. We'll move this up here, and now the magic begins. 1 snap, and the ace is gone. And then I count through it. And you'll find that even gets a response from a lot of spectators. So it's gone, and you say it hasn't completely disappeared. It's over here in this packet with the ace of hearts. And so now this is what you have here. So what I do is I just reverse count these in a fan like this, holding a double. Okay, and I show the ace of spades, and then I just gather them together. So now you have 3 blank cards sandwiched between the aces, just like that. Okay, and then I say we're going to do this again, this time with that packet. And now I do a count here where I say, and over here we got 2 aces with 2 blank cards sandwiched in between them. That's what I should say there. So, and what I'm doing, I'm picking out an ace, or picking up an ace, a blank card, and then I'm just pushing off 2. Those are 2 blank cards, like that, and then you're just left with a single card. So you say you got an ace and 2 blank cards in between them, sandwiched in between them. You flip it over, and then you say you got an ace, 2 blank cards, and an ace, but you're doing an Elmsley count there, and what that does is it gathers the 2 aces on the top of the spread, and these are just blank. The blank cards are on the bottom after the Elmsley count. Okay? So you hold them like that, and then you give a snap, and you say the aces are gone, and then you show the ace is gone from the top, and what I'm doing is I'm doing Brother John Hammond's double lift from a packet of cards, but it ends up being a triple because there's 5 cards. So I'm doing a block push off of all of them, and then my middle finger contacts the bottom of the block, and I keep pushing, and then that peels off the next one, and then I just turn over all 3 like that. And then you show it's blank, and then I flip it over, and the bottom one's blank, and I slide this out and put it on the bottom, flip it over like that. And what that does is it leaves the 2 aces reversed. And then you go, in fact, there are no aces in this packet. Do an Elmsley count. Leave them kind of staggered like that. And I got this from Paul Harris's Reset, because now you can push that one back, and then when you gather them together, get a break above the aces. So now what I do is I say, and you know where they go right here with the ace of clubs, and with that misdirection, it's not so important what's going on down here. I just take this packet and just move it ahead and then bring it back. Because I've been moving all of those ahead, I think that it makes sense and it doesn't draw suspicion to itself. So you move it ahead and you lay those back. And when I'm moving it ahead, I'm of course leaving the 2 aces that are below the break on that packet, and then I move this back. Okay, and now I can spread out these 3 cards and show that the ace of spades and the ace of hearts have joined the ace of clubs. Okay, and so I like to make the point that this next one's the hardest because you got 3 aces and only a blank card, but yet you have to make the ace of clubs, the ace of spades, and the ace of hearts vanish and join the ace of diamonds. So I bring those back. And now I do, kind of like you're going to do a genie count, you slide over the top, you buckle the bottom, and you turn the 3 middle cards over on top. So supposedly you just are flipping an ace over, give it a snap like that. You have 2 blank cards, and you can push that over and then just do a block push off of the 2 like this, and just like that. So you flip it over, give it a snap, and they're gone, gone, gone. And that just, to me, is pretty amazing. And so it makes sense that they're going to want to see the back. So you turn around, show that you just got 4 backs, okay, and then you're going to lay them down. You flip it over, and just as you flip it over, just put that face down card, and it just has a kind of a retention thing going on where you've shown the back of that, but that's really one of those. And then you can hold this from above, and you can slide out the bottom 2 cards, and now you can just show 3 cards. So it's unexplainable where those aces have gone. So the aces are truly gone. You lay it on there, lay this one on there. You lay the double, put the single, and the last single. The aces are truly gone. And where do they go? Of course they go right here with the ace of diamonds. So you hold it above, and you just spread out the bottom 3 cards, because there's a blank card there. So you spread out the bottom 3 cards, and then you lay this one down there, which is where it was originally. That's where the ace of clubs was. That's where the ace of hearts was. And of course they'll remember the ace of spades was right out front. Okay? And then this can actually be resetted automatically. If you pick these 2 up and use it, and put the ace of hearts on top of the ace of clubs, and use it to scoop up the ace of spades, and then pick this one up, and when you do, get a break underneath the bottom card like that, and put these on top, and then pretend like you're just pulling out the ace of clubs again, but really you're pulling out the ace of clubs, which is going to be second from the bottom of that entire packet here, pulling it out like this, and using it to scoop this up, and using this packet to scoop this up. Everything is reset with the ace of clubs at the back, 4 aces at the front, and 1, 2, 3 cards. After the 3rd card, you have those 2 face up. So it's all reset. So you can pick them all up like that, put it in your pocket, and then you're ready to do it again. So if you're doing a walk around effect, you could actually do this walk around as long as you had a little bit of table space. Though it's not probably the most practical trick to do in that setting, you could maybe get away with it. So I have done it for my classes actually this semester, not long after I came up with it, and I think it got a pretty good response. They were pretty amazed by what they saw. So so that's my solution there to Ken Krenzel's Progressive Aces.